Hi there, viewers and gamers alike out there, and welcome to my live stream of my take and news updated. And this is Alliance Teen, and welcome here. And I'm surprised. So, yes, and on my previous live stream back then, about a week ago, was during the Olympic Winter Games of my take and how I see these people are complete and absolute woke garbage of these so-called Olympic athletes who were going to represent their country, and somehow it backfired on them, not realizing what they have done. Why were they? Maybe they should have never been part of Team USA in the first place. If they don't like their country, then what are they doing? They should never be part of Team USA in the first place. Never. They realize they should have never done this. But instead, they like to play to become the village idiot. They should have known better. So, my take on this, on Special Olympics, not Special Olympics, which I will get to it, but the Olympic Winter Games, it was long. I mean, the first half, the second half, I mean, it was no coincidence of what I see during the USA women's hockey team versus Team Canada. You heard me, Team Canada, and it was just, wow. And it was just absolutely sanity. I mean, it was just, my goodness. Can you believe what we just witnessed of what was going on? And right there, and it's just absolutely, I mean, oh my goodness. You know, I get the feeling that I know I'm gonna talk about VTubers as well on my take as well on this. So the thing is, it was a great hockey game. One of the best games I ever seen on the women's USA hockey versus Canadians hot women's. Can't believe it tries to do that again. I was about to say two hockey teams, the men and the women's ice hockey team representing the United States. And look what happened. So I'm starting with the women's ice hockey team versus Canada, ending in a tie 1-1. So there was an extended period of overtime. It was not 5 minutes, it was 20 minutes. First team to score a goal wins the game. And all of a sudden, the United States women's hockey team just scored a goal and winning gold medal over Team Canada, while Team Canada takes the silver. And the same thing would happen to the USA men's hockey team versus Canada's hockey team. And both of these teams were undefeated. Completely undefeated. I was just, wow. So this was basically on NBC and Peacock on streaming service only. It was just absolutely amazing. And you would not believe, My gosh, 1-1 tie and a game going to overtime. And then you see Jack Hughes scored the overtime winning goal in overtime. Wow. And he said the most patriotic way that has ever been televised on international television. Is just absolutely huge, absolutely amazing. You cannot comprehend of what went through. I mean, going emotions. And for the first time in history, since the Miracle on Ice back in Lake Placid in 1980, the Miracle, well, or 1980 or 1982. Oh my goodness, wow. 1978 or 1982, like for almost a half a century, 46 years approximate, the United States has not won a gold medal. And finally, the drought for not winning a gold medal for 46 years or more is officially over. It is broken. They finally win a gold medal for the first time since the 1980s back in Lake Placid. And no doubt in my mind, that is how you give the honor and glory to God. It was never about and the people and the woke and liberals are like losing their minds. It's like they should not be playing gold medal. We should. Oh, really, Mr. Smarty Pants? Tell me, why did you bring up politics? You don't bring up politics in the Olympic Games or the Winter Olympic Games. And you talk about this and that and about the LGBTQ. I feel bad for them so much when they live under a smoke screen, because as a sinner, as a Christian, I do feel really bad for them because they have no idea, including how so they're not in their right mind. Because look what Jack Hughes said, like they're bringing up into the next generation of hockey players. And there's a Hallebuck who is a goaltender for the United States hockey team for men's ice hockey. It is just wow. You've got really great, spectacular hockey players who play their heart out. And then you hear like Team Canada, I'm like hearing the boos of all that, like wow. It was like their moment. It was their time. They were going to do a repeat, but it was not meant to be. It was not meant to be. And somehow this game belonged to the United States. And that is a main event match worthy sport. That is main event worthy. And it was shown way, like on that proper time. I mean, for those in the United States who are going to try to wake up in the morning, well, let's just say you have to watch it pretty early when it comes to like those in the Mountain Time, those in Central Time, those in the Eastern Time, and those in the Pacific Time in the West Coast. That includes Nevada as well as in the Pacific Time in the West Coast. And so, you know, it is just absolutely amazing. And also, Alyssa Liu, who was never talked about this and that and just removed the pronouns, and the LGBTQ is just completely out of their minds. It's like, what the hell did she just say? Or what did she just do? Easy. She was just representing her country, for crying out loud, winning a gold medal, while Amber Glenn just had the worst performance, dropping in 13th place. And it is, and she says she's gonna go all the way, and guess what? Where it lead to this? It was talking about this and that. That was like, oh, if you so you are ashamed to represent your country because you ended up in 13th place? Well, this is what happens when you try to mock God. You don't get to play by your rules because it's God's rules, his way, not everyone's way. The same thing go for Hunter Hess, who give the L-shaped loser sign to Donald Trump, and he's gonna go all the way. Now he's talking about mixed emotions and this and like representing my family and friends. So you are ashamed to represent the United States? Then why the hell did you want to be a part of Team USA in the first place? Maybe you should never be a part of Team USA, for those who are like, they think they can do this by mocking, and look where that got them. You don't mock God. You do not. It's not worth it. You think it's worth it? It's not. It is not worth it, man. I'm telling you. You think that is worth it by saying this is worth it by saying what you from those who what you just saying what you just said? I mean, really? Are you completely lost your marbles? I mean, I can't understand what is going on with you or with her and for those and the people who disrespect the country of the United States. Maybe they should have never be part of Team USA in the first place, because maybe you should have never been picked and let others give a chance who represent their country of the United States. They say, by saying, I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free, and I'll never forget the men who died who gave that right to me, which I'm gladly stand up next to you. I mean, seriously, can they at least don't ever bring up about this? And then when she showed up that pride transgender flag, and it was not what it seems, and it was just it was absolutely horrible. I just can't believe this. Oh my gosh, it's just like, wow. It is just absolutely ridiculous. It just can't. Like, my gosh, there is absolutely no way that anybody could. Yeah, and look what happened. Look what that got them. I mean, you think they're going to win a gold medal by mocking, and they say they try to disrespect the flag of the United States, and then all of a sudden, and you say this has got to be karma. That's your opinion, not mine. It has nothing to do with karma. It has something to do that we live in an unjust, unfair world. Because when they say to them that is not fair, God will always be fair. And you're saying that's not fair. Maybe God should not be a part of this. Oh, then you're still mocking him because of what you're doing? They really need to wake up. it is just, yeah, I'll never forget why and how this happened. It is just, well, yeah, I mean, I can't blame for what is going on, but they want to try to blame the others instead of not blaming themselves on what happened. Why? Because they refuse to accept it. And also, this is why these people are absolutely like when it comes to those who are toxic. When I mean completely toxic. Oh. So the Olympic Winter Games has officially come to an end, and now almost no sports will come into mind except for the NCAA March Madness that's coming in the month of March, which I can hardly wait. That'll be showing on TNT, TBS, CBS, and True TV. So we can begin with the first four. That's on Tuesday and Wednesday. So a doubleheader on a Tuesday and a doubleheader on a Wednesday. So 4 games a total. It'll be on True TV only, True TV exclusive only, and also be found on HBO Max as well, unless you have the stream service that has with the sports edition added. So a total of 4 games. So it starts on Tuesday all the way to Sunday. So and then we go to the first 4 to the first round. A total of 64 games for 2 straight days. 64 games in 2 straight days. So yeah, that's a lot of games to play. 64 games in 2 straight days. So how many games in a total of 64? Oh, that's easy. The number is a total of 32 games. 32 games. 32 games. So if I cut it in half, and that's a total of 16 games in total on one day. And then I have another 16 games in total on the second day. So Thursday and Friday. Thursday and Friday. And because we got a doubleheader and a doubleheader on a Tuesday and a Wednesday, a total of 16 games. On a Thursday, a total of 16 games. On a Friday, and then we cut it back into half in the second round of 32. So a total of 16 games or another 2 straight days on a doubleheader. So 8 games on Saturday, 8 games on Sunday. So yes, that's a biggie. And it gets tiring. It gets tiring, but is it worth it? Who knows? A total of 16 games, and now you cut that in half and go into the Sweet 16. 16 games, 8 games in total. Instead of starting on Tuesday and Wednesday, it starts on Thursday because we got a double header on Thursday and Friday both on TBS and CBS. Both TBS and CBS. So that's a total of 4 games on. So 2 of each televised on TBS and CBS, and the same thing goes on a Friday. Thursday and Friday, a total of 8 games for those 4 games, and then we go down and cut that in half and into the Elite 8, and then into the Elite, comes into the Elite 8. 2 games on TBS and 2 games on CBS. And then the Elite 8 will cut that in half and go into the Final 4. The Final 4. To the Final 4 we go. And then the Final Four, it'll be televised on TBS because last year was the Final Four in the national championship was on CBS. So this year, TBS gets the bigger end of the straw. In other words, well, it'll be televised on TBS for a doubleheader for one night only, and then it'll be shown on a Monday for the national championship. So a Saturday and a Monday. So 4 days for the Sweet 16 and the Elite Eight. 4 days straight from Thursday to Sunday. And then you'll start the Final Four for the national championship. That'll be on Saturday and Monday. Final Four in the national championship. And whoever wins the national championship is the top team in the country. And those will be ranked in the top 25. The rankings will not be released until all games are played from NCAA March Madness and who are in the top 25. Hello, Philip. How you doing? Welcome to my live stream and my take and news. And you are welcome to stay here because I have plenty to say. Unless you have plenty to say, I'm right here if you like to talk about something. So you're good. If you're asking how am I doing, if you're asking me on that part, I'm doing all right. But I do have news which will lead me to, and speaking of basketball, of NCAA March Madness, but not related in a way, there will be a live stream exclusively only on Leo's Let's Plays Alliance on March 3rd. March 3rd, the regionals for Special Olympics Utah Southern Regionals. It'll be on Nets on Fire in St. George, Utah. The facilities are absolutely amazing. I enjoyed the last practice of February from Nets on Fire, but I know I'm going to be returning next week, which will happen next week, next Tuesday. So I'm going to have to show up. To be honest, the games for the regionals starts like in the evening instead of like in the middle of the day or in the afternoon. So I'm prepared. I am prepared. There will be a live stream that will happen in the nighttime. And I can hardly wait to do that as an exclusive live stream of Special Olympics Utah basketball. And then after that, about a few weeks away, we got the state tournament that will be in northern Utah for the state games from athletes all across around the state of Utah. And I am one of those athletes who will represent the team to play in Special Olympics basketball and Special Olympics Utah. So there you go. So the month of March is March Madness for me and the rest of my teammates. But the good news is at least I'm not going on scrimmage against my own teammates because in regionals and in the state games, we're all on the same team and I will know who to pass the ball, who's who. So it'll be fun. It'll be absolutely amazingly fun. So yeah, a live stream next week on Tuesday and a live stream that'll be on somewhere in late March in the springtime. So yeah, I am prepared for it. And also in the month of April, which is Autism Awareness Month, which I can hardly wait. I will be going to the Las Vegas, or should I call it the Level Up Expo in Las Vegas It's a huge, it's a huge one. I'm getting a new logo set based on the final battle in Ocarina of Time on March 1st. Awesome sauce. I know I seen that on your also on your on Discord and also on your Instagram page and also no, not Instagram. I would say Instagram and Messenger on Facebook. So yeah. And speaking of Las Vegas, I kind of found something interesting. Not ending the live stream if you like to know, because somehow it kind of got me cut off all of a sudden, and it was cruel. I was going to say when I got interruptedly that on an internet cutoff, I said, Muslims celebrate the opening of the Islamic store of Las Vegas. They will sell burqas, naqibs, hijabs, or niqabs, hijabs, and Muslim attire. Posted saying the love in Islam is unmatched. Why are we letting Islam spread in America? This is suicide. Islam is not a religion, it's government. And I hate to say this, but it's true. Even those people who are Muslims are saying that they'll hate this because of why. Tell me this. Have anybody ever read the book of the Quran before? Like, what? So understand Muslims and what they believe. And there's like the 13 doctrines of Islamic Sharia law. And like you can, what? You know, like the words, you know, what is the word I'm looking for? So you can, let's say, do this to a female woman that is not likely, unnecessary, not funny. Marry and divorce priests, pubsec girls in Quran 65 verse 4, and you can enslave for this and that. And then you can beat women. Oh, really? That you can beat women, but outside it's tell me this. If you can beat women, why would you beat women that is in public, whether it's in public or not? And you say, why? You will need 4 Muslim male witnesses to prove this, which is the R word. And now they mention that in 5, we kill Jews and Christians if they do not convert or pay Jesus tax, and crucify and amputate the non-Muslims. And they say they will kill the non-Muslims who receive 72 versions in heaven. You do realize those people from those who are back in the Middle East, I mean, you see, there are those who are called Muslims are like, what did we just witness? I think we're witnessing like, how is this happening when why we see there's something that's from Jesus Christ that is not Islam in the first place. And then that's 7 and in the Quran. And number 8, you will kill anyone who leads. Got cut off again. Getting sick and tired of this. But like I said, I'm not ending the live stream because I just got cut off, okay? I swear, I'm not doing anything. It said, like I was going to say, you will kill non-Muslims. It says this is what it says about understand Muslims and what they believe. Islam is a conquest strategy disguised as a religion to give it an edge against naive fools in target nations. That was number 7, says you will kill non-Muslims and receive 72 virgins in heaven. And they will kill anyone who leaves Islam, and you will be beheaded. You will behead non-Muslims, and you will kill and be killed for Allah. And you will terrorize non-Muslims and steal and then lie. And usually the Bible teaches like, do not lie, do not steal. As in, thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. Translation, do not lie. Do not lie. No. And these people are absolutely deranged. And the people who are woke are absolutely may like this. But tell you this, they're going to be next too in the line because someone's going to be laughing the last laugh, and it's not me. It's the devil himself. So the women in Islam are the minority, and the inhabitants of heaven are the majority of the inhabitants of hell, are deficient in intelligence and are deficient in religion, can be beaten by a husband or get married before hitting puberty, which is outrageous. Get married before hitting the puberty thing. Get married as a slave. Can't deny the husband's call to bed. And can't leave. And can't pluck their eyebrows. Can't wear the perfume along with the makeup. And can't object the husband's will to polygamy. That says the other religion that was like Mormonism and back then, and it's still wrong. I mean, it's like, oh really? Then how come Abraham was married to more than one woman? How come Isaac was the same thing? How come Jacob is married to more than one woman? You tell me that, Buster. It's the same thing. I wouldn't call it the same thing because the religion, when it comes to that, is not exactly the same. I'm like, then why are you bringing this up? I'm going to bring this up to you if you keep on fighting back and don't resist on what I say. Whoever says I'm resisting, I only resist from the works of the devil, even though I get tempted very much every single day, both mentally and spiritually and physically. Let me continue. Oh dear. Can't marry non-Muslim unlike Muslim men. Can't leave house without husband's permission, and court witnesses half of a man. Like, what? Inheritance is half of a man. Like, inheritance is half of a man. Like, it must breastfeed non-relative adult men to become unmarriageable to her in case they have to be in the same place together. Like, it is just absolute insanity. And like, what kind of love is this? That's not real love. Wow. That is not real love. And now Nevada is next. And this is what R.D. Price says. Wake up, Nevada. They're already taking over New York, New Jersey, California, Illinois, and Texas, all screaming that they're here to convert us or kill us. The United States is a Christian nation. In 2026, approximately 66% of U.S. citizens identify as Christian, translating to roughly over 220 million people. The Muslim population in the United States is approximately 4.2 million as of 2026. Geographic distribution, major concentrations are in states like New York, California, Illinois, New Jersey, and Texas. And we will fight to keep it that way. And wow, that is absolutely right there. And I can believe it. And this is what it says right in front of my face. And it says a 75-year-old man marries a 16-year-old girl. And we are told this is cultural, religious, and normal. How is that normal? Tell me that. Wow. The same voices that lecture the West about morality, human rights, and women's dignity suddenly just went silent. And are they afraid to do this? They're like a normal world, father and daughter, Islamic world, husband and wife, which is a 16-year-old girl or younger. Like, you are out of your mind. This is nuts. And now look, Islam is, they say Islam is a religion of peace. And they say that is the only way. No, Jesus Christ is the way, the truth, and the life. And then you see the people out of their minds. It's like, oh, really? And so you're going to, and you do realize that those who are the elite, those are people when it comes to Islam are going to target those LGBTQ next because of what they see is like complete terror and horror to them. Unbelievable. Wow, we live in a messed up world, and it is just absolutely insane. And they just put up the most ridiculous monstrosities I've ever seen. Unbelievable. It is like, it is just, my gosh. Beheadings, the burning people alive, female something mutilation, hostage taking, honor killings, which is nothing honorable about that, slavery and oppression of women, and the jihad and the pedophilia and the rape. Oh my. Yeah, this is why everything is Arkham. It is Arkham very, very much. That is just, wow. They'll do whatever it takes to make it happen, but we can't let this happen. We can't. We cannot just. And these people, they're gonna remain silent, and they just I don't care. And now all of a sudden, now we care. Why? Because you're too little, too late. Because you don't know what you're doing. Seriously, what is the matter with these people? Are they afraid that they're going to offend those people? Yes? Then why aren't you doing something about it? Didn't God call you to have this holy fear and instead of this not holy fear? So, if you're terrified by them, God will terrify you by them. And I guarantee you that is not just a promise. That's a spoiler alert. That's a spoiler alert, everybody. Because you can't fool these people at all. It is just, wow. What are we just witnessing in a way? It is just downright ridiculous. You can't just be downright ridiculous. This is why God calls us here to serve and not being served. But instead, They just slink away and do nothing because they don't know what to do. Can you? Why is Jesus Christ not with you all the time, the same from yesterday, today, tomorrow, and forever? Because if people usually forget, because what happened? Oh. That is unbelievable. Wow. I just can't believe what we just witnessed. I mean, in Nevada is just wow. And they don't know what just happened. And by the way, it did it again. It did it again. Oh, I know I have a good Wi-Fi signal, but this is ridiculous. So, I wanted to say, when it comes to Islam, it is just downright ridiculous. And I wanted to say that there are former Muslims who did convert from Islam to Christianity, because usually there are people from the Middle East. It's like, this is a big news. Why? Because they realize what is going on. They realize that, is this the right way? Jesus is the way. I mean, he is the way, the truth, and the life. He is open to not just all the Jews and the Israelites, to all Gentiles as well, and through all creation. Is that we need to come unto him. To come unto him, for crying out loud. I mean, they are never getting tired of this again. I'm telling you, I'm not ending the live stream because of what is going on. Oh, I thought the streaming would be better, but no, not on my cell phone. It keeps on doing that. On the PS5, I don't know. I couldn't tell from what it's worth. As I was saying, that's something about in Kinsley, Kansas, has a population of 1,342 people, and jobs are being replaced with automation. So they think robots will do a better job than waiters and waitresses. Usually, technology may be something else like but it does not last forever. Because nothing is going to be perfect. Not even artificial intelligence as well. I may not be against AI. It's just you need to know how to use it properly for the right reasons, just not for the wrong reasons. And there are people trying to using it for the wrong reasons and stupidity. The motorcycle gangs, which is the cartel, if you like to know. That is just absolutely unbelievable. And you're not going to believe this. The cartel violence is being allowed in Mexico because President Claudia Sheinbaum works for the cartel. A senator from Mexico went on Fox News and exposed it all. The president of Mexico works for the cartels. She was funded by money from the cartels. It's not just the president. There are an entire group of Mexico politicians labeled as narco politicians. Mexico is a narco state. Mexicans are afraid of the alliance between the Mexican government and the cartels. The Morena political party is financed by the cartels, and that's how they get elected. Once they get elected, the deal is for the Mexican government to then protect the cartels. The president of Mexico, Claudia Sheinbaum Pardo, doesn't want this information getting out, because if it does, those are going to have cement shoes. In other words, they don't like tattletales because they will off anybody. In other things like, the Mexican drug cartels, think it was like the Spanish version of Al Capone's Gang of Chicago. So, yeah, that's what happens. They don't like tattletales, and they'll do that to anybody that they don't like to being found out. Why? Because they don't want to take, like, the jobs that are, that's not involved with drug cartelling, because they like to go with the easy way out instead of going to the hard choices, because if people will say that you suck at this job, we're not allowing you to do this and that. Really? I wonder who made those people who make the choices. Is it the parents or the children? There's no such thing as bad children, only bad parenting for those people. Wow. Why? Because they don't want to. Is it something of what they had from the past as well, to have a cycle being repeated? Really? And now look at this. Mexicans and the politicians who are paid off by the cartels want Donald Trump to help with the cartels. The Mexico senator exposing all this says she is now being threatened with prison for speaking out. The president has threatened me to proceed against me with criminal prosecution to get me out of the Senate and get me in jail just because I told you in this space on Fox News. And now the assassination of Uruapan. Again with the cutoff, and I'm getting tired of it. I don't know what's going on. I'm guessing there's something going on their end, which is not on my end. But this is ridiculous. I just wish it would just stop doing that all the time. And why can't it just give me a date that I really want to live stream instead of this on and off on live streaming? It's not my end, it's someone else's end. So yeah, I was going to say, no matter which one I'm going to on a Wi-Fi will end up in the same stupidity. Wi-Fi is great, but the cell service is terrible here. It is absolutely bad. Ugh. Hold on a second. Oh, dear. Sure, it may be great on other things, and I'm guessing it'll do the same thing, and now I'm not so sure what, I'm guessing the servers when it comes to, and the one thing is kind of being overloaded, so I know why and what's going on. So it's not me. It's not on my end. It's no, it's those people on their end from the servers that Again and again. Oh, seriously. At least I'll have some strong signal once I do the live stream on Special Olympics Utah and the Southern Regionals, so that won't be a problem, I hope. So, yeah. I was gonna say, the reason why the Mexican drug cartel is out on full force is because El Mencho was killed. And now Mexico's president under fire after rejecting Trump's cartel crackdown offer. And now she is facing intense backlash after reportedly turning down President Trump's proposal to deploy U.S. military power to help dismantle the country's brutal drug cartels. Trump's message was simple. The United States could help neutralize cartel operation in days. Sheinbaum's response said no. Oh, really? So is that what happened when Venezuela was under dictatorship and these people from Venezuela are not free back then? And now this is happening to Mexico, and now they're going to be facing the same situation. And Sheinbaum said no, and the critics are now asking a blunt question. So how many more innocent people must die while political pride blocks decisive action? So she wants to remain in power and doesn't want to give up because she is part of the drug cartel and will not give away her seat. So in other words, power hates a fact. Once again, it happened again and again and again and again. If this keeps on doing from the servers, I don't know what's going on, but they really need to stop. At least it's not me. It's those servers from what company that's kind of being ridiculously stupid. So critics are now asking themselves a question like this. How many more innocent people must die while political pride blocks decisive action? Cartels control territory. They traffic drugs, weapons, and humans across borders. They terrorize communities on both sides, and the offer to crush them was refused. This isn't just a policy disagreement. It's a geopolitical flashpoint, which is unbelievable. Because when governments hesitate, criminal empires grow stronger. And get a load of this. This was found. You're not going to believe this. It was posted back in February February 22nd. In this year. So Mexican intelligence sources reveal that members of the Jalisco, members of the Jalisco New Generation Cartel, CGNG, traveled to Ukraine to receive training in military drone operation and urban guerrilla warfare. Milenio Noticias reports the cartel now deploys elite 10-man cells operating 2 explosive-laden drones simultaneously using DJI Matrice 300 drones with thermal vision, 55-minute flight time, and 3 and 3 kilograms of explosive payloads. The video shows these are not improvised hitmen, but an irregular combat unit with discipline, strategy, and unconventional weapons. Mexico erupted today, which begs the question, who trained the forces attacking the government and why? And now they're saying, why don't we blame this on Ukraine? Ukraine has nothing to do with it. They didn't even know this. And don't blame this on Ukraine. And there are people on the woke or the left, and they're going to try to say, blame it on Ukraine because they're a part of this plot. They got no, what does that got to do with them? Nothing. They didn't even know this. They didn't even realize it until their name has been mentioned up. Boy. Claudia Sheen, controlled by the cartel. She is, I don't know, like threatened. If she allows Trump to send troops there, as she's the face, the AJD voice of the cartel. The leftists are keeping ICE from removing the cartel AJD criminals allowed by Biden and Harris from the United States. So imagine hating your country so much that you would terrorize cities protesting a king that doesn't exist while celebrating the rights of criminals and cartel members being arrested and removed from your nation. It is just, that is just, wow. It is just blatantly mind-blowing, absolutely ridiculous. It is just, wow. I just can't believe what you just heard. And like, yeah, this is downright insane. You gotta be kidding me. This is just absolutely insane. And for what? Ay caramba. Someone is the class, not so-called class clown, but corrupted. All because of the CJNG Mexican cartel leader, El Mencho, tells a police official to have his officer stand down, and the officer quickly complies. And, El Mencho is not a very nice guy. He's just saying the words that's in complete expletive. It is just, and it was like, it's completely. So the officer quickly complies. The police really got no power over the cartels. It's like, are they this afraid? Really, they are this afraid because they control over them. And now who's the boss? It's like Scarface saying, say hello to my little friend, loser. I own you. I own everything. You dumb freaks. Oh my. Yeah, when Democrats and rhinos, R-I-N-O, get their way, bad things happen. When they don't, they block good things from happening. And it seems that and Mexico government is complicit. El Salvador president says this: no state is unable to fight criminals. If a state doesn't overcome crime, it's because it's complicit. I agree with this El Salvador president. And this El Salvador president is right. You got the cartels in Mexico and areas throughout the entire country of Mexico controlled by various drug cartels. The entire country is controlled by the various terrorist cartels. Mexico is an unsafe country to visit, filled by criminal murderers, thieves, and it is just wow. Human traffickers, drug traffickers, kidnappers, armed dealers, and torturers. Why? Because they don't want to they don't want to do a hard life. They rather do this the easy way and not the hard way, because it doesn't work like that. Because, yeah. And look what happens. Okay, so why does the United States tolerate a criminal enterprise that routinely crosses the border and even controls state and local governments? Arizona is one of those American states that best described as a corrupt cartel-controlled narco state. Pancho Villa, by comparison, was an ordinary highway robber, but President Wilson sent 10,000 U.S. troops to hunt down Pancho Villa. Yes, the name Pancho Villa sounds familiar. Today, the cartels are 1,000 times deadlier, and the United States does nothing? There's the Tijuana cartel, the Beltran Leyva organization, the Juarez cartel, the Sinaloa cartel, yes, in northern Mexico and also in the Yucatan, the Gulf cartel, the Beltran Ley organization, which is in, it's a little bit further. It's in the upper part of upper Mexico, like a little bit up to the a little bit, not too far northwest, but just a little bit up to the further northwest. Los Cabos, Jalisco New Generation, and in and even on the hot spot in Puerto Vallarta, Los Zetas, and also one in Cancun, and it's, why? Because they don't remember, power hates a vacuum, and they don't like tattletalers, because in other words, they'll give you cement shoes, and they don't like being told the pod. Why? Because they refuse to give up the power and other likes and whatsoever, and you get my drift. Oh dear. You know, I do have folks in Texas, but I pray that they should not go to Mexico, because it is not safe to go visiting. But I know I do have family as well in Mexico, because why? It is just devastating. Oh my, it is just... Yeah, you cannot make this stuff up. You really can't make this stuff up. And there was a senator from Mexico was exposing this information, because Mexican Senator Lily Tellez fears for her life and because she is being threatened. It is just absolutely shocking and absolutely being threatened by the likes of this. So, my gosh, talk about a president who just does not want, who says no, and then all of a sudden this is total fascism. It's just unbelievable. Yeah. And one of them says on Twitter, which is known as now X, says, "Yep, I have extended family that lives in the desolation. Pray for the citizens of Mexico. The cartel have ruled there for decades. They are the worst terrorists. It's the rulers of darkness and evil too great that must be eliminated in time. Praying for the people of Mexico that one day they can have the peace they crave for and want, free from the oppression of the cartel rule. And let ICE do its job here in America. This is the evil they are trying to get rid of." And say, there's a disagreement over whether Mexicans want another war against the cartels. This senator is with PAN, the same party as President Calderon, whose war against cartels became very unpopular. Also, Mexicans are mostly against Trump, so even if Sheinbaum wanted to cooperate with him, she would have to hide and make it public statements against them. Well, guess what? The cat's out of the bag. And now she says no because so these people are just going to be kept on suffering from this. And they're like, this is a type of dictatorship of this so-called fascism. Oh my, yeah, this is just absolutely unbelievably ridiculous. And it's scary and frightening at the same time. Yeah, you get my drift on this, unless you understand what is going on, which is absolutely and incredibly insane. Oh. Oh. Oh dear. Oh my, and look at that. And I know that I shouldn't be, but wow, it is just wow. This is just mind-blowing news in what is going to happen next. But also, and the thing is, yeah. So, any other topics I like to discuss about in such a way? Well, I do. I'm not saying I don't. So, there's something happening on Celestium's Discord page saying, like, the grand reveal. Big thanks to Leaflet and her manufacturer for their support in this endeavor. Pre-orders will be handled by Liplet and Angel Sword Studios. Once they're up, I will share that with you all. In the meantime, know the prototype is being worked on. If you're curious, this is one of my many outfits. General Celestium is ready to fight the anime waifu war. If you want to pick up some merch while you wait, consider checking my online, different from Uwu Market. It's U, capital U, lowercase w, capital U, capital M, where you can pick up my Chaplain Core Velcro patch. Okay. Even though she calls herself a Christian, but still she is going for the wrong reasons. It's like, and she's putting on these like the what do you call this? Was doing fine, and all of a sudden it cut me off again. Oh, those blasted servers on their end, not me. I mean, if I live stream without the Wi-Fi but still have cell service, I mean, it's not going to be a problem. The problem is it's the servers that it's being kind of like a little bit somewhat overloaded is the problem. I think the company needs to increase more of their servers and more of the capacity for quantity or quality or both. But, well, you know, I got 5 people watching. I mean, I don't mind anybody who try to talk to me on the live stream on the chat box right there. And another stupid cutoff on the technical difficulties again. I had like 5 people coming, and then all of a sudden they think I ended the live stream, which I did not. I'm telling you, it's not me. It's not me. It's the company with the servers. That's the problem because it's kind of being overloaded, and they should have had more server on that part. And it's not me. I swear. Oh. I was going, yeah, when I mentioned about Celestium, I was going to say I'll never forget that she put on the ridiculous, the thing called ice. Like, what? She wore like that ice uniform, like, this is not gonna work. And I mentioned about this is nothing to do with religion. And I just wish it could stop doing that. Again, the servers. So yeah, I was aware of what Celestium was doing. And like I said, I am paying attention and watching this. And the way, and I oh no. And again, it's just downright ridiculous. Oh. And now also, I was like before, it stupidly and rudely tries to keep on cutting me off, like from time to time. So yeah, it is just absolutely insanity. And by the way, VTubers who are just like, She is partnered up with with a VTuber called Leaflet. It is just, yeah. Now that was a really long cutoff. Oh. Man, I just lost like, I don't know, like clearly 5 minutes of live stream because of the stupid cutoff. And they just couldn't give me a break. Oh. Okay, as much as I want to do something, her friend, I was saying, Leaflet, citing and helping out Celestium. So, you want to help out Celestium ever since ever since that company decided to cut ties with her? Was that the big problem? It's like, yeah. And like, why would it be a problem? I don't know. I have no idea. But like I said, it had nothing to do with religion. Some say Christianity is religion, while others are not entirely sure or what. They just, I was gonna say, in my opinion, this is based on my opinion only. My opinion only. Christianity is not religion. It's just a relationship with Jesus Christ. That's all there is to it. That's all there is to it. I mean, what else there is more to say than have to be need to say? What else there is more to say than what it need to be to say? I mean, seriously. I mean, what else there is? What else there is more to say than need to say? Who knows? Ugh. There's a lot of problems. So, and once again, another of the stupid cutoff again. I swear, I'm getting tired of this. It's like playing. Oh my. I am really not too happy. Stream go. Um, oh, I noticed that Darling Straub was doing a live stream not too long ago. So yeah, that's curious. So she is saying being a cat girl on the internet is not for the weak. I can't imagine why. Yeah, I can't imagine why. I wanted to say that there is a list that I have, yeah, and Darling Straub is married in life to Reb says Desu, and oh great, this is like I'm looking at the couple of Luke and Amber K-Wing from the K-Wings Let's Plays. Unbelievable, really, yeah, this is kind of so similar. Like I'm walking into this and I I don't know how I feel about this, but what and oh, I just don't know what to expect. Soul is an art for honey. Pro AI losers are always what? Like what the? Okay, you want to know why I'm looking at this like, okay, these people are called chuds, and then the most ridiculous way that Darling Straub, I don't know if this is true or not, like, so what is a chud? So a chud is primarily used in modern internet slang as a derogatory term for individuals with far-right react. And I got cut off again, and I was gonna say the derogatory word for chud as to insult someone perceived as ultra bigoted or extremely conservative. Like, look, I don't know. I'm not. This is just the slang meaning of from Merriam-Webster's. So it's a generalized term for disparagement, used somewhat synonymously with fool, troll, and jerk to suggest that someone, usually a man, is rude, boorish, regressive, unintelligent, etc. In online political discourse, chud is often used specifically as a left-wing insult for someone, again, usually a man, on the far right. Examples of jokes on this chud for traveling all the way to Spain and a land generating amazing food and ordering onion rings. And like these examples of chud, like, this is just absolutely unbelievable. And then like, what's next? A bombo clat? What the heck is a bombo clot? I don't know. It's just, what's next? Mog or a mug? I'm a mug or a bombo clot, which I don't know what that is. Wow. Unbelievable. It is just unbelievable. What is just going on is just absolute sanity. Like, okay. Ah. like I said, I don't have the authority. I mean, to show video clips, but I do have the authority when it comes to see on posting and not playing as the video clip. So, look at this. And one YouTuber, a Twitter page user says, performative Christian Straub is the B word of a dog and not the cat. And she has the audacity to say that her husband's hit pieces and weaponizing is falling on small VTubers is acceptable content and doesn't violate YouTube's TOS. And and then somebody wanted to go, and then there was another VTuber say something about going below the belt line south of the equator. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that, and it's just that is a perfect way of saying it. And then Straub says, I'm done pretending to care about casual using AI just because of crazy people online. If someone thinks AI is bad, I'm not upset with them. Even I don't think it's anywhere comparable to real art, but if you want to cancel me for it, I'm over it. Blacklist me, block me, I don't care. Okay, So Straub generates AI art and dismisses pushback because she doesn't care. Okay, and there's XB Kin, or is it a VTuber? Because I have no idea, what is she's the type of cat person. And there goes by the name of Existential Bread, 100% real cat girl. I'm sorry, but it's so funny seeing Straub getting attacked by her fan base for saying women should have rights. You made your bed, now lay in it. Okay, I have no idea what is okay, and then Max X Benobi says, what are you waffling about? Equality is fake. No one says women should have no rights. Yes, and you can keep complaining about it as the statement is true. What? I'm okay. And now, I'm not saying that Darling Straub is under fire, more like, besides her saying the same thing for Rev Says Des, who is also under fire from when he mentioned about, because mentioning that he was a Trump supporter. Look, I 100%, I didn't vote for Trump, okay? But I don't hate him. I may not vote. I didn't vote for him, but I don't hate him. Just because I say I didn't vote for him doesn't mean I hate him, okay? Because some people really like to twist people's words by saying, oh, so you admit it. No, I don't. I just said I didn't vote for him, but I don't hate him, for crying out loud. Oh. Unbelievable. So the Alyssa Liu disclosure perfectly captures what's wrong with the modern progressivism. And so she won the gold. And I did mention why, and since her dad came here from China, became a lawyer, now she's a world champion athlete. And her father came into the country legally, not illegally, legally from China. And look what happens. And she wasn't talking about this, been scratching mockery from a lot of progressives who are quick to point out that she's progressive and woke and literally hates most of the conservatives who are praising her. This is the problem with progressives. People on the right are happy to see her succeed. They're happy that her dad came here through the legal immigration process, has contributed and has been successful. Now she's done the same thing in turn. They overwhelmingly don't care about her politics, or especially because she hasn't used the Olympics as a megaphone to broadcast her political beliefs. She's just done what she was there to do. Obviously, if the situations were reversed, you would have a completely different reaction. If it came to light that she was a MAGA supporter, Progressives would relentlessly bash and shame her. They wouldn't praise or promote her performance, and they largely only care about her political views, which is why she didn't do anything. She said she is proud of her country because she won the gold medal. And all of a sudden, they're trying to, she wasn't doing any political views or whatsoever. And this is the complete garbage by the far woke of the left that is completely what we're seeing being manifested by demonic. It is just the absolute insane to the membrane. Insane to the membrane. And it is just wow. And some of these people are just, yeah, the total cat person. What up, total cat person? And that's like, I made you some muffins, and chat, please have a seat. I'm going to have a seat that you are with Reb Says Desu, you're married in real life, because I still remember why that you had there was a company that was going to try to support you, and then they decided to cut ties with you because you are MAGA, you're Trump supporters, because all of a sudden mentioning about one thing another when that 1950s VTuber, I did not know she was Puerto Rican. And then you had Celestium has done one thing and the other. And you know what? It just I'm not saying it's laughable. It is completely how do I see this in a way and whatsoever that you can't get away from. I can't have cookies or what. Look, I don't hate VTubers. The problem is that these Christian so-called VTubers just sometimes, which I never thought I'd see it in their right mind, would say something about the Trump support, and all of a sudden you try to be a Christian. I thought you were a man of faith, and says the guy whose Reb Says Desu, take the avatar form of Nico Yazawa from Love Live. Why couldn't he take that avatar character of a man instead? But instead, he had to take the avatar character of a girl. Tell me, is the guy supposed to take the avatar character? It's like, oh, is this Captain Ginyu from the Dragon Ball universe? Like, no. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what is going on with Rev. He should have gotten an avatar character in the first place. That's not Nico Yazawa, but instead he got the avatar character of Nico Yazawa, who is friends with Kirsha, who was an 18 plus and up, and like, what the hell? It's like, it does and not safe for work. Oh my. Look, I know when it comes to people, but seriously, I mean, didn't you usually have friends who are like, did not save for work that's 18 and up? That was a different story until I realized one of her friends who is now dating in real life, who goes by the name of Ninetales, is actually not a very nice person who does say something with a lot of expletive words I know he may be defensive, but he really needs Jesus Christ in his heart, because he can't he can't be toxic all the time, both inside and out. And I feel really bad for him. And the same thing goes with another VTuber who should have told me about something about stop backseat driving. If he says stop, I would stop in a heartbeat. But instead, Dozener Gaming should have told me on DM instead of asking one of his friends. Because if he says stop backseat driving, I would stop in a heartbeat. But no, he did not. Why? He chose not to tell me. Instead, he told it one of his friends. If he tells me to stop, I would stop in a heartbeat. No questions asked, but only just this. I'll say, actually not the question, just the answer. I'll stop. I'll immediately stop, and I'll support you in silence. But if I have something to say and say, wow, I'm going to give you this kind of support. But instead, he chose the latter and didn't tell me anything because he should have. This is what happens when people should have known better. I don't know what is going on, but you know, I'm just not in. Unbelievable. Like, yeah, and calling themselves like chuds, like what? You know, speaking of that word chud, they're like, how? Yeah, generates IR to dismiss his pushback because she doesn't care. Like, look, I'm not dating a VTuber who's a girl because I'm going to be in my prime just because of that. But this is nothing to do about dating, okay? It's like this is nothing to do about dating. This is nothing to do about dating. I guarantee you that. Like, then what is this about? It's about a list that I have right here in my pocket. Oh, you're gonna love this. You are absolutely going to love this. I have. Let me flip the. Let me flip this for you. No, I mean, I promise. I promise. I promise you'll be safe. You'll be fine. You'll trust me. You'll love it. You'll love it. You'll love it. You'll love it. Okay, here we go. Ignore the White Ranger helmet. It has nothing to do with it. It has nothing to do with it. Okay, so here we go. So, yeah, look at this. Look what I see right on my gawking face. It's the list of VTuber names. A guy who goes, a Twitter user going by the name of Flabberjiggles, not a VTuber, but the name of Flabberjiggles, just made a huge long list of this. And look at it's just woke, lean woke, unclear, lean chud. Okay. Unclear, lean chud, lean woke, presume woke. He made a really long list by a Twitter username Flabberjiggles, and he is absolute, a complete 100% woke, and he's also autistic. But I do feel bad for him. But to be honest, when he thinks he's in his right mind, which he is not, which Flabberjiggles, I don't know if Flabberjiggles is a he or she. I'm sorry, I don't know everything. I don't know everything. Forgive me. I don't know everything. So yeah, Flabberjiggles, woke leftist autistic V tweeter, good version, ultra woke. It's just, yeah, and then Flabberjiggles mentioned this on February 22nd, saying, here is the link to respond to the form for anyone interested in being put on the sheet. It's a list of all English VTubers sorted by their political affiliation from woke to chud. I'll be updating it indefinitely. Thank you very much. Yeet. Woo! I don't know, yeet, no woo. And look at that. And then look, those look like real gamers, all right. And you see Leaflet on the giant screen in front of a ton of gamers during the Real Game Awards. Like, so, Leaflet is she completely F bombs with expletive words and like in right of her mouth, and like, so is this how Celestium is friends with Leaflet right here right in front of my eyes, in front of my face? Is that it? Oh yeah, look at that. There'll be 1, 2 rabbits. 1, 2 rabbits. Look. And like this is 4C1D1K. It's Ace Trainer J. Ad-free.executable. Like what? I don't know. This is just absolutely insane. I'm like, I have this long list here. And then on the Google document sheet list, Akari, that's a Japanese name with English. Akumano V_VR. Alex the Southerner, lead woke. Wait, really? So these people are woke, unclear, woke, lean, woke, presumed woke, chud, lean, chud, unclear. Amelie? Wait a minute. Amelie, isn't that the voice actress? Amelie, isn't she a voice actress from Fire Emblem Heroes, who does one of the characters, and also doesn't she voice Marin Kitagawa? You know, my dress up darling, that one, even though it's not for kids, which is not, but she is a Gyaru girlfriend, and the Gyaru with long fingernails and with the earrings, and then with like, oh, isn't that what you put on your on the comic strip thumbnail about the Ultimate Arkhamverse? Yes. What about Chizuru Mizuhara? But I'm not gonna judge this. This is a long list of names. The Ascended Renee, Ashtone, Astral Aether Shade. Like what? Look at all these people are woke, complete woke. Presume Azazel Fallen, Azor, the Baby Sprout, Baku the Devil, Banana Juju. I've heard that name before. Banana Juju. I know who Banana Juju is. It's I'm looking at this entire list here. It says entire list of VTubers right in front of my face. It is just absolute insanity. Bonnie B, Bonnie Barkswell, Buff Pup, Kaylee Morningstar. I never heard of Kaylee Morningstar. Like there's some others I've heard on others that I don't even know. Katie Fishin, Catlope, Cattuccino, Siskamore. That's an interesting name. Oh, look, Celestium has made it into the list. What do you know? Hey, Celestium, you're in the list. Thank you. Even though that makeshift has cut you off, and that was not a good part when you put that in the avatar of the ICE agent uniform. That is not very smart. That is not the right way to put in people as a Christian. I mean, you're not. There's no such thing as being neutral. You need to be in the right mind of Christ, not like being like stepping out of bounds. That is not funny. And the same thing for Rev Says Desu, and not to mention Darling Storm, who also lost a sponsor in which they got screwed because I know exactly what happened to them. And now Leaflet is helping out her bestie Celestium, or Leaflet, the one who used expletive words, and she calls herself a Christian. So doesn't she know how to tame the tongue when it comes to expletive words? Doesn't she know how to not say something ridiculously stupid? Or like, oh, so you're gonna there will be kids who are gonna say the same things about you, and they will get themselves into trouble and detention because what they heard and seen, because there's no such thing as no such thing as bad student, only bad teacher or parent. Oh. My goodness, it is just absolutely like, what the hell is this? Dear, oh dear. You've got to be kidding me. Celestium, I don't know where, I may be somewhat in the same position as you, but seriously, you do realize that what'll happen, that'll be too late. If Leaflet did give her life to Christ, and there's Ansari, which is her mom, why the hell did you have to put mom? It's like, oh, so the kids are gonna hear these words and they're gonna try to say this in the school, in the public, and then these teachers like, what did they just learn from back home? Like, I learned that from a VTuber teacher. I'm allowed to say it. And by who? By this. Hello, welcome back, Philip. Welcome back. Hey, Philip, get a load of this list. What I have on these VTubers. A long list. Look at this long list. Yeah, look at the huge long list. Woke, lean woke, unclear, lean chud, and presumed woke. And it's yeah. I don't know if you know much about VTuber, Philip, but what do you see here? It's a really long list made by Flapperjiggles, who is a Twitter user. Flabberjiggles. This is the name of a Twitter user. And also Flabberjiggles is a woke leftist, autistic V-tweeter. And yeah, autistic. He has the Flabberjiggles has autism. I don't know if I've never met Flabberjiggles, okay? I've never met Flabberjiggles, but I saw the post of Flabberjiggles, and look what Flabberjiggles made this long list here. A doobie doodle dude, Drux, Drooks the Shredder. Like, what? Oh, I'm back. Tonight I will dine in turtle soup, which is I'm a nice, autistic, smart gentleman. Well, I'm glad. I'm glad to have met you. I'm really glad to have met you, to be honest. Look at this long list here. It's insane. It is absolutely insane. El Zox, presume woke. If you recognize this people, if you recognize one VTuber, Philip, one VTuber, but I doubt you, but I'd be surprised if you do. I'd be surprised if you do. Look, Empress Dawn, Enzio Argento. Oh, look, it's me, Mario from Assassin's Creed. Which is not. Thank you. Eros, Esther Morningstar, Faithless, Tarika. What? Featherbound, Fear the Goblin. It's like, almost sounded like Fear the Goblin. Like, what? Fear the Goblin? Froggy. Hey, it's Fufu. Not the dog, it's the name Fufu. Like, what? It's Fufu. Oh, look, it's Fufu. Fuzuki Biki. Like, what? The gotcha poems. I've heard of gotcha memories, but not gotcha poems. Girl _ DM, Godfest, Goosty B, Gothy Gal Vivi, Green Ninja, Hajime Nagakuro. Hajime Nagakuro. I've heard of Hajime Nagumo, but Hajime Nagakuro. And look, they got their websites mostly on Twitch, which I don't do Twitch because Twitch is kind of like a toxic website, social media platform because Twitch and their staff people are kind of weak, incredibly, ridiculously weak. It's just, they're not. They really need to have new staff, someone who is better than the one who's in charge. Oh. Yeah, I can't believe it. The name Hajime Nagakuro. Hajime Nagakuro. It's the character from Arifueta, who is the main protagonist, who is actually a mutant, like Wolverine and the X-Men. Hannah Lily, hey yo, Theo, Hikari Tayo, like woke, Hollywood, like lean woke. This is just. I'm gonna keep strolling. Infernico, Inquisitor Machina. I play Vidya. Oh look. Well, it's Iron Mouse. Oh, Iron Mouse. I know that. Yeah, I've heard that name, Iron Mouse, in which she didn't give her life to Jesus Christ, and she is Iron Mouse. Let's see. Right, Iron Mouse. You're saying who is Iron Mouse? Iron Mouse, your demon queen Satan, which I didn't find this very shocking. I find this very completely disturbing by this VTuber going by the name of Iron Mouse. And now she's being followed by Ritzy VTuber, Silent Bell, and 20 others that I know were following this VTuber named Iron Mouse. Cryopunk Dragon, Silent Bell. Yeah, she's in the list. Lunathist. Really? Lunathist? Sunflower Momo. Kitsu. Shionirine. Retro Anime. Really? Retro anime. I don't know. Not a VTuber. Not a VTuber. That has something to do with all the VTubers. Bunny. Even Darling Strop follows Iron Mouse. Really? Johnny Ryushi. I mean, why do you want to follow these people? Why do these people who are Christians? I mean, so did Jesus Christ eat with sinners? Yes, but with Iron Mouse is like, why do you want to follow Iron Mouse who is not a Christian? Kari Lupine, not a tsundere. Sarah, yeah, I know who it is. Who are not VTubers, and then, yeah, who are not. Are you kidding me? Are you seriously? Even the voice actors and voice actresses I know follow this woman? They follow this woman. They really follow this woman. Like, why? Why do you want to follow Iron Mouse? You want to follow? I'm going to keep going. Look at it. Jack Morgan, Jacker, Jay Platypus, Jet Vega, Jester Greer, Juniper Actius, Just Haley, Kage, Kaiju Ryu, Kaiju Jira, Kairu Crocodile, Camila Bombette. What? This is like Kitsune Nights, Kitsuya Noir, Kitsunero, Kitokato, Kitty-chan 4, Kibe, Kiyori Mist, Kizanari Kiyu, not Dr. Kiyu. No. It's Kizanari Kiyu. Ugh. Please, I'm trying to help you out here. Nuti Automata, Kojitsu, Cocoa Nuts. Don't ask. It's a VTuber named Cocoa Nuts. You see, mostly would have the social media platform on Twitch. Like I said, I don't do Twitch. And others do Kick. This is another platform, social media platform. I don't do Kick. I don't do Twitch. You say, don't you have a Twitch social media platform? Yes, but I don't do it like almost never because, which I'll get to some and do another specific pattern of what's going on. I promise you that. Oh my gosh. Lady Lark, Lala Amanita, Lani Laro, Leia Asimov. And well, you know, Zach Aguilar follows Iron Mouse along with Kaylee Bales and Christina Fee Valenzuela. What do you know? It's Marionette Dupan Chang, who is Ladybug. And not to mention it's Sailor Mars. What up? It's Shantae from the Half Genie Hero. The only game they had was voicing Shantae that was not Christina V on the first game, which is Shantae Risky's Revenge Director's Cut. That was actually Megan Shipman. So she was the first, and Christina V came in second. And they kind of stole the show on Shantae and the Pirate's Curse, Shantae Half Genie Hero, Shantae and the Seven Sirens, yes. And Kira Buckland, plus Jenny Yokobari. Yes, voice actors and voice actresses. You think I may not know this? What's going on with Iron Mouse? Oh. And she is 100% not entirely a Christian. She really needs to give her life to Christ because usually when it comes to demons, you can't you're trying to meddle with things that you can't possibly comprehend. But I do comprehend this. She really needs Jesus Christ in her life, not like this. Because it is never too late It is never too late, and I'm not a fan of Iron Mouse. I've heard about her, but I am not a fan of her. But like I said, I pay attention. This is just when Jesus Christ comes back soon. There will be the consequences of someone's actions is going to be. Oh, and look, I'm from a poster during Valentine's Day. Say, the Demon Queen is coming. Oh, the Demon Queen is coming, says Iron Mouse. Anime St. Louis welcomes Iron Mouse from 2026 at the St. Charles Convention Center. Oh dear, this is. Look. That she really needs Jesus Christ in her life. Is it so much to ask? Oh, look, Leaflet is on the list. Look at that. Leaflet is on the list. Hooray. She is in the list. Unbelievable. Well, the company just made a figurine by the name of Taito Gear and Goods. I've heard the company, and I'd be surprised. She did like a Project Diva Vocaloid video meme type, and I what the hell am I looking at? So these Christian so-called VTubers, I don't really know what's really going on in the world and what's going on, and what they should spread out the gospel of Jesus Christ, our Lord and personal Savior, because He is the way, the truth, and the life, that no man comes unto the Father but through Him. But instead, I see, and then you see the Mexican drug cartels are now in war, and now everybody and those who are American citizens being trapped inside Mexico. And there's some people who are not going to do about it because they are afraid of what's going to happen. I'm sorry, but to live in Christ is to die is gain. And I never knew that Leaflet. I'd be surprised Leaflet would follow Iron Mouse. Like I said, I am not a fan of Iron Mouse. I am not. She's just. Oh, and this. So, if the gospel of Jesus Christ comes to her, for example, how will she react or interact on this? I don't know. Perhaps she does need, and usually there are voice actors or voice actresses in Japanese anime did and do give their life to Jesus Christ, and one of them, I can't remember this voice actor's name, but he has give his life to Jesus Christ in such a way, and that is amazing. That is absolutely amazing. I'll give you that. And so, hold on a second. Let me turn on some of the lights around here. Okay, I'm back. Like I said, I am not against, I don't hate VTubers. It's just a fact. Let's just say hate, hate the sin, don't hate the sinner. It's like, don't hate the player, hate the game. It's like playing the game of called press the right button, or like press the right button. I press the right button, it lights up, and you only got like 1 second or less to hit the right button. And hit the next button, hit the next button, hit the next button when it lights up. Don't hit the don't hit the wrong button that doesn't light up. Or if you hit that button but you are too late because you're not fast enough. Don't hate the player, hate the game. That's what it means. So that's how Jesus Christ would say, don't hate the people who have sinned. Hate the sin. Hate the sin in action, not the people itself. But it's so far, like when you've gone so far too deep, like it's never too late. What do you know? Leaflet has her own Twitter page along with Kick on the social media platforms. Leo Temgane, Leon Viridian, Lifu, not Lifu. That's just Lifu. Lilof the Wind, Lollydoo, Luca Lullaby, Luxurial, Nabel. And you know, my time with those who are VTubers, who have their very own Discord server page, it's only a matter of time until I leave, because I just got a bad feeling that something's going on. And like, if they spread about the gospel of Jesus Christ, why are they secretly friends with someone that I may never know? You think I'm not gonna find out for those VTubers who are friends with who's who by recently say I secretly follow this person? But is there a reason that why you were following such as those people who didn't give their life to Jesus Christ? I mean, I don't mind, but like I said, don't hate the player, hate the game. It's like, don't hate the sinner, hate the sin. Hate the sin. And same thing goes to the people who are trying to put Islam on the map on the country of the United States, because don't hate the people, hate the sin. And now they're trying to say Islam, it will be the next part of the United States. No, it won't. Because the country itself needs to wake up that Islam is not the way, the truth, and the life to Jesus Christ. It never was. And also Brylan Riggs knows this. He knows this so well, including on the VTuber YouTube channel called The Benny Show as well. And also even Nicholas Bowling from Nicholas Bowling Ministries knows this as well. I'm not saying he doesn't pay attention. He actually does pay attention to what's going on. Nicholas Bowling, Brylan Riggs, he has his own YouTube channel, which is incredibly well, which is he's done greatly and fantastically, which I say, not fantastically, yet tremendously about spreading the word, God's word. And Nicholas Bowling, Pastor Gino Jennings from Philadelphia. Yeah, I see the video shorts of it. It is just absolutely amazingly. I'm gonna keep moving. Marshall Hammond, Matarakan, oh my God, Michi Mokivi, presumed woke. Michi Soren, Momo, Mama Oko, I thought it was Mama Uku, was Mama Oko, Mama Oko, Mama Sumi, like Monica Cine Roll, Mookie. Oh, look at that Moonbit. It's without the letter I, capitalizing the letter I, Moonbee. I thought it was Moonraker. No, it's not Moonraker. It's the name is there, not Moonraker. Mordraga, Mori Mori, Mormo Fouls, Mortal. And again, it does. I am just not having one of those days when it comes to being cut off again. So, yeah. And I'm still here. Yeah, following those people. I gotta have a reason. Why are they so certain of themselves they want to follow Iron Mouse? And I didn't know Silent Bell, and she is on this list. What kind of people do you, like I said, I mentioned this, that I am going to unveil the truth by these so-called Christian VTubers and non-Christian VTubers. I will do that. And I don't, if there is a VTuber watching this, that your name is on this list, trust me, you got to see it. And you can pause whenever you like if your name is right in there, along with your social media platform. Nerid Vale, Neom, Nico, Nightmare Melchior? It's Nicola, not Ricola. No. Nico Psycho, Nemi Nightmare. What do you know? None. None? Wait. None what? Nova Nun. Oh, it's Nova Nun. Nova Nun. Nora. I like Nora. Where's my wife, Nora? I will not let her subject to any more tests. Do you understand? Do you know how it feels to have someone being taken from you? She will only feel the touch of a man who's as cold as blood in his veins. Now find me the Batman. Yeah. Not Ricky's, not underscore Ricky's underscore ALT. Niyaruchu, Oka, Okachi, Onoror, Onyx, Vesper, Otaku, Otakemaru Bubs? What? Who came up with this? Oxygen? Oh, I get it. Oxygen. Instead of saying oxygen. Okay, I get it. Pascal Ampertail. It's Pinky. Pinky, get over here, or we will take over the world. Yeah, I'm not, that's not happening. Pippi Slayer. I've heard of Pippa, Pluto, Poco, Pomato Master, Poppycore, like Professor Leo. That's not me. That's another VTuber. I'm not a I'm not a VTuber. I would love to have one, but I'm not a VTuber. Okay, but it would be great. But I don't have one. It would be awesome, which I would like to do this, like say, you do this every day for like an hour a day, like every day, and we will put you through it. But if you're not, well, it's canceled. So try again. Because when it comes to VTubers, it's not an easy job. So, yeah. I think it was like Sword Art Online for the next generation, and I've seen these people. And it's only a matter of time until I disappear as well. And when I mean literally disappear, these VTubers, I don't know, like, what are they trying to do? Yes, some are spreading the gospel of Christ, others not so much. And while Iron Mouse has gained a number of followers, which is secretly scary, frightening, she needs to know what's going on. Rami Ricotta, not Ricola, Rami Ricotta. Reverb, don't ask. Ricoria, Relshi. Oh, look, Rev says Desu has made it on the list. What do you know? Welcome to the club of the list. We're having jackets made for each and every one VTubers who have made it the list. What size jacket would you like to have? Is it double XL? I don't know. You're going to say, I'd rather not have a jacket that says double XL. I'd rather have a normal jacket that has my name on it. Thank you. Okay, we can accept that. We'll make a jacket that's normal, that's not double XL. Revi, Raya Hart, Reen Penrose, wow, Roadkill Rose, Riley, Sagam, Sage the Wizard, Seguin Ruby, oh look, another V2 I recognize, Safira Denoma, the one who posted a video about Celestium, and not to mention Revses, Desu, and Darlingstraub and others, and not to mention about Kirsha, who is oh my gosh. Dear Lord in heaven, what did I just see? This is just. And once again, it got me cut off again. Again, it's trying to. Servers is just absolutely. Wow. I'm trying to minimize how many pages that I want to turn, or something goes on with the video processing on playing a video. Well, not the video process, just playing a video. Yeah. Kirsha. So she. And yeah, mythical talent that's completely 18 and up. That's not for KIDS. Is like, is this how you're friends with Kirsha, you people going by the name of Yeet, Kitsu, yes, Lilius, Strawberry, it says literally just the girl, Jesus lover, Jeremiah 29:11, married and blessed beyond measure, Shion Reen, Lady Lark VTuber, Songbird. No, 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 no. Oh boy. Uh, Had it, and then all of a sudden it just stopped me. Had it, and then all of a sudden it just stopped me. The stupid cutoffs is getting ridiculous. Unbelievable. Yeah, Philip, you say I'm only part of family friendly, but you just understand. I know, I do. I do. Vera Dark. Yeah, I know who it is. Not a VTuber, just a gaming streamer, entertainment commentator, and anti-censorship advocate. 200 plus games reviewed. Quote: Never laugh at live dragons. J.R.R. Tolkien. Nice quote. Why are they friends with Kirsha? See, you do realize, so you want to be friends with her along with the community who is kind of, I don't know, her avatar is kind of a little bit more of the hentai or the Eki club? Oh, really? So you're friends with Kirsha for this woman? Is that what's going on? Unbelievable. Well, you know, six. Please. I know I'm going to get cut off again because I'm starting to hate this. Oh, 15 minutes of live stream lost. And all of a sudden, I don't know what's going on the servers of that end. It is just stupid. Hi there, Ruben Osorio. You finally getting a release date for the upcoming Marvel's Wolverine game. So, what is the release date? Well, I keep on, yeah, I was going to say Rosie Belmu, and all of a sudden the stupid live stream, I just lost 15 minutes or more of live stream because it cut me off, and not in a good way. So Sarayama, September 15th, 2026. But you do realize that Marvel's Wolverine game will be M-rated, Ruben, to be honest? So, yeah. See, Saigo, Sage the Wizard, yeah. Look at all the names. Saphira Denoma. I know who that VTuber is. The one who posted a video about Rev Says Desu Kirsha, who is like why would they go friends with? And like I said, I will unveil the truth of what's going on. And they think they're gonna try to hide this from me? Really? What are they trying to accomplish? Being friends with Kirsha? And what I see on a video on YouTube, I know I love Wolverine, but like I said, I'm kind of on a strict budget, but to be honest, so yeah. And and there we go again, and I just lost more time. Idiots really need to expand their servers or add more memory or RAM. I don't, whatever. It's just really bothersome. Really bothersome. I'm gonna keep on scrolling. What do you know? Someone posted with that crap post rock. Either that or someone called themselves the American Badass. That is just absolutely incredible. Well, you know, Darling Strop has made it into the list. Hooray. Strawberry and Strawberry Witch. And Strawny Cuddles and Sugar Senpi. Sugar_Senpi? Who's that? Suirobo. Don't ask. Super Peachy Bomb. Tyga X-Holic. Talatora. My gosh. Subasa 83. Usagi Calamari? What? Rabbit fish? Rabbit squid? Like rabbit squid? Vaggie the Punk? Who is Vaggie the Punk? Vagabond? There's some people, these names that are just Volpus Kitsune October. You know, I never in my life that there are those who are voice actors and voice actresses would follow VTubers. Wow. Something tells me like I said, a bad feeling about these so-called non-Christian VTubers and Christian VTubers. I mean, never in my life I would see a Christian VTuber would just can't it just let me do my job? But something tells me I'm going to have to end the live stream sooner rather than later. Because I can't keep on doing this when it comes to do the stupid cutoffs. So look at that. Yuki Shima, your local Peblet. Yuffie. Zayla Zizaya. Zentreya? Zion. Yeah. Yumi Tsuchinoko? Don't ask. Don't ask. Even the names that begins with the letter X. Cyril, Senvita, Xander Digital, Hades Stamps, Yagami Masashi. And yeah, I had to change it out, and now I'm back. But I will, like I said, I am going to end the live. Oh, no! I am going to end the live stream sooner rather than later. Oh boy, it's starting to cut me off again and again and again, and I'm one bit. I'm not liking it one bit from what's going on here. But anyways, oh dear. I will be doing the live stream of Spectre, and you can bet that's going to be happening. So you can bet your biscuits that will be happening, and in a way. But like I said, why are these people following Iron Mouse? And why do I recognize that they're friends with Kirsha, who does not safe for work with 18 up and plus? You want to have a community with Kirsha, who is like the little bit of the hentai and eki? It's like, is this why you are friends with Rev says Desu, Darling Straub? Not to mention, I know you, Silent Bell, when I saw, you think I'm not going to find out in your community, or I don't find in your community that you're friends with Iron Mouse? I mean, seriously. Why? And I noticed that there's some voice actors and voice actresses who do Japanese anime. I will unveil the cover and find out the truth. You think I'm not gonna find out? What? May I ask you, Christian VTubers? What? You certain you want to be friends with Iron Mouse, with Kirsha, in your right minds? Because I don't know how I feel about this. I really don't know. I doubt any of you VTubers out there would watch my live stream or videos such as this, because this, I'm more than just surprised. I'm shocked and disturbed. What is going on? You know, I doubt that a VTuber would tell this to me in my face, tell this to me in my face, or they would love to just DM me, or if they have the audacity that they would like to say something, or they just say so and tell me what you know. I mean, really, tell me what you know about what is going on. What do you have? Can you tell me what is going on? What do I need to do? I gotta know what is going on. You know, I don't know what to say. But like I said, I will unveil the truth. I will find out. I will somehow and be surprised. I mean, when it comes to those in Level Up Expo in Las Vegas, and I know there are Christians out there in Las Vegas, including in southern part of Nevada. It's not easy for me to be the one who is one of those chosen people who understand this type of spiritual depth and how to avoid the desires of the flesh, the desires of the flesh, of lust, and like you consider those standards. God's standards are so high, he considers lust to be adultery and hatred to be murder. And when it comes to abortion, by saying that is health care, it's not. It's murder. You can't fool me, not even those who recognize this. They're not going to fool me. Not even Brylan Riggs is not even fooled. Not even Nicholas Bowling. And for those who are these so-called Christian VTubers, if you understand what it means, you can't fool someone or fool me or any. Once again, got cut off. But like I said, I am going to find out one way or another because I'm not going to be fooled. That I will find out and unveil the truth. I don't care if you're going to cry mama or wolf. Because you can't fool me. There is again, cutting off once again and again and again. I better end this before it does it again so many times. But like I said, you Christian VTubers, I will find out what you're up to from who you're following. Because even though you have a Discord server page, I am going to find out in secret. And you can't fool me that I will understand. And I thought you got those people who are preaching the word of God, such as the one I already know who wants to be friends with me. And it's only a matter of time when I leave those so-called Christian VTubers. It's only a matter of time until I finally realize who am I supporting? The so-called VTubers that I will never find out if they are following, and what purpose do they have? Celestium, Silent Bell, Rev says Desu, Darling Straub. And I know I'm going to say this, Maria Grace. Oh, okay. I better end this live stream quickly or else I'm going to have more problems in my own hand because when it comes to this, I am not one happy camper. But anyways, hope you guys enjoy this live stream as much as I do. So until then, I am main event Leo Wolverine, who likes to take chances, making mistakes and getting messy, who likes peanut butter and chocolate and or breakfast for dinner, who likes to yeet in the chat, yeet in the commentary, yeet on a video premiere, day and night, in and out, you name it, you got it. Oh. All right, still here. I was going to say I am going to end the live stream. So anyways, Godspeed, play safe, and shalom. Remember to fight with honor, love, truth, and justice. And remember, Jesus Christ is the way, the truth, and the life, that no man comes unto the Father but through him, because he is the only way to the Father. There is no other way. Islam, no. Baha'i world faith, no. Taoism, no. Buddhism, no. Confucianism, no. Any religion, no. Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. Yes, you can go to church, but the church is the body of Christ, and everyone is not the same, for everyone is different. Believe what you hear or say or not. One does not speak unless one knows. You can't call me friend unless you know me first. If you want to know me, then please do know me to understand. I'm one of those chosen people because I don't know, not. Okay then. Anyways, Godspeed, play safe, and shalom. Remember to fight with honor, love, truth, and justice. See you guys on next live stream, and also Shantae and the Seven Sirens will be back this week before Black History Month comes to an end of the month of February. So take care now. Bye-bye then. And I got one more thing to say before I end. Yeet! Woo! Have a great rest of your day and or night. See ya!